Oh shoot, did you check the time? It's time for another burning Joyrides with me, Nerd Wonder. Hey guys, how's it going? So if you guys have been checking out the Twitter, apparently some lady comes on up and she has tweeted out, what did it go again? Something like, Comicsgate and anime people don't understand that manga is comic books and that the Western market keeps it alive. Or something like that. Like, it keeps it afloat. Okay, lady, what? Alright, let's go and do a lowdown about her. So, apparently, I think her name is Spike, and, from what I found out, she is a comic book creator, just an online one. She has, like, a company she made on Kickstarter, and she sells, like, her comics are usually pornographic. Like, they're very smut-fied. I think that's what she's called, the Smut Peddler, I think is her, comic book company name. So, yeah. So she goes out. Apparently, she doesn't like us. I think I have seen her around the block once in a while, and she has stated that she hates our guts or whatever. But what is new, right? Like, everybody hates me. Oh, wow, I feel so upset, really. But anyway, it's not that what gets me. Well, I do find it a little bit, I do think it's a bit wrong that she threw in the anime people in there, because she states at first thing, let's go up, you wanna what? Yeah, let's do the whole entire tweet. So the first thing she says is, we don't think manga is comic books. Well, if we never thought manga was comic books, we wouldn't be reviewing them constantly. Like, a lot of channels do review comic books and manga. We just know them as two different versions of comic books. Like, Elijah Araman does reviews on both. Like, and I love Elijah. You guys, check him out. And, like, damn, dude. Well, of course we know. The thing is, there's a different art style and technique to manga, and there's a different art style and technique to Western comics. That's the difference about this. And what she's really trying to say is that, what we could gather is that she's trying to say comics are doing fine because manga is doing fine. No, you can't do that comparison. That's not what we're here for. You see, Eastern comic books are doing fine. Western comic books are doing terribly. That's what we're trying to say, woman. Dude, what the heck? But, but she's saying, like, in that phrase that manga's doing so well, and then she immediately follows it up with, the Western market keeps manga afloat. In other words, what she's trying to say is that, well, manga has a lifeline, which is the Western world. Without us, they'd all die. Which is actually BS, dude. Like, most manga does not even make it to the United States or anywhere else in the world. It just stays in Japan. And that's the truth. Like, we don't get every single manga out here, and in fact, that's why we have fan translators constantly. Like, most of the stuff comes in there, and from some information I did gather, it turns out that most mangas and animes and stuff, like, most of them make most of their revenue on the merchandise. That's how they all do it. It's always, like, the toys and merchandise stuff. That's how they make all their revenue. And guess what? That stuff never comes out to the United States. Or anywhere else in the world. I'm pretty sure it just stays there. For all eternity in Japan. So that was kind of cool. To like, learn about. Because, like, yeah, it's like, they said, manga makes pennies compared to that. I'm like, oh, dude, really? But, because manga is an incredibly successful market. Like, what was it? Like, $100 million copies of One Piece have been, like, are sold. It's nuts. Like, let's face it, like, you can go all around the world, and I'm pretty sure somebody is going to know if you show Naruto, they're gonna know straight up who it is, or Goku. Goku is gonna be well known all around the world. But you show somebody like, Captain Marvel? Nobody's gonna freaking know. I mean, seriously, like, oh yeah, we have the movie! Yeah, that movie doesn't look that great. I mean, you really... Alright, I'm just gonna say this really quickly about Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was a character that Marvel could not sell even when he was a dude and he was in the original story. They couldn't sell it when it was Rambo. They couldn't do it when it's the new girl. They couldn't do it with the original guy. They couldn't do it as that weird, awful spin-off. Yeah, this is... You try, but it fails. Anyway, back to the regular stuff. So yeah, she starts saying, like, it's just really weird to me because she's saying that manga only stays alive because of the Western market. Western market, like, are you trying to confirm that most of the Eastern comics are overtaking the Western market, but apparently you also say, without us, they'd be dead? Oh, no. We don't even, like, as I said before, we don't get all the manga. In fact, some people will just have to read the fan translations, and some series don't even get fan translations. Like, there's tons of series out there that haven't been touched. There's, like, millions upon millions of series over there. And, yeah, there's millions and millions of series over here, too, but, here's the difference. Most of the Japanese ones are actually good. And also, they're cheaper. That's another thing. Like, manga's cheaper, easier to grab, and Western comics are not. What, you get, like, you can buy a manga volume for $10, which will have, I think, over 200 pages. Or, you can buy 2 comic books that'll have about 44 pages. What would you rather buy? It's a no-brainer. This is like, this is a big issue, that, the manga industry has understood how to run things. And really, this whole entire tweet, Spike's tweet came out, was because that, Shonen Jump made an app. Shonen Jump not too long ago announced that they noticed that there was, more people are becoming more mobile and digital and aren't looking for physical stuff. So they decided to do a subscription thing, and they're starting the Shonen Jump subscription. And for $2, you get their whole entire array of comic books. You can also also for free, you can read the latest issue of their series. Like, any issue that came on out, they'll translate it, they'll slap it on there, and you can go and read it for free. And, but to read the backlogs, you're going to need to buy the subscription. How much is the subscription? $2. The subscription is $2 to read a whole entire plethora. Do you know how insanely amazing that is? You know I'm buying that. You know everybody's buying that. And I think that's why she said this. Like, she was half angry, but at the same time, she half wanted to get revenge on CG for saying that, the Western market's gonna blow up. So in other words, she's saying, comic books are doing fine because manga is, but then she got mad because we were probably going to go and tell her, well, yeah, we keep telling you that, and then, so she wanted to say, the only reason manga stays alive is because of the Western market, which is not true. Manga could be just fine alone in Japan. It probably not may make it billions, but who cares? They'd still be killing us. They would still probably be making more of a profit than the DC and Marvel combined does. Like, globally. That's the sad part. Ah, dude. And in fact, I know there was a dip. There was a dip in manga not too long ago, and I was talking to some people about it, and somebody told me why there was a dip, and he goes, no, do you know why? It's because of One Piece. I was like, what? He goes, dude, like, One Piece is the most successful manga, and it is. It's like, it is incredibly successful. It was around when I was a kid. There was the big three. The big three was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. One Piece is still going, and they know how to make a good book. Like, I've still read some of their stories. I can pick it up wherever I want it. It does kind of read like a superhero comic in a way where you could pick up any chapter and you'll pretty much, you don't need to read some of the older stuff unless you want to go back and see more adventures. Yeah, you could pretty much pick up what's going on. And it's really fun and kooky. So people really enjoy this manga. And apparently, I forget what happened. It was something like, they just went to the time skip arc. And, or like an issue wasn't as good as people wanted, or like that, or I think it was like the creator took a break, but there was a dip in sales. Not a large dip. It was like $3 million less that year from a market that makes like over 100 million. See what I'm saying here? It's not that big of a deal if it happens to them because they barely see a smidgen on it. Though they do slightly notice some stuff. They're all like, hey, some stuff happening over here. And then they'll go and check it out and try and figure out things. That's the interesting thing about the Eastern versus Western market of comic books, is that the manga always tries to adapt to the world around them. Meanwhile, the Western market has been very, I guess we could say, conservative. They're very traditional. That's it. They're very traditional. Meanwhile, Eastern is very progressive in their business models. Meanwhile, our markets, the Western markets, are very traditional, so they don't want to change. They don't adapt or change to the ongoing market. They certainly try new fads, but they don't change their business models. Meanwhile, manga has. They immediately jumped on the digital market. They make them very easy to pick up. They're easily purchasable, very cheap and easy. And yeah, it's like amazing. And it all works out. So, yeah. In other words, manga's doing great. With or without us, they'd be doing fine. I mean, you guys have probably read a manga or two that you have adored and loved. Honestly, I've read so many. And I can't say that about a lot of current comic books. I still buy them. I still look for a really good comic book, but it's hard. It's harder than going to look for a manga. Like, damn, son. But yeah. Anyway, I think this wraps it up. Yeah, I think you guys get the deal. Spike, I get it. You hate us, but you just kind of made yourself look like an idiot during this. Manga's fine. Manga's doing great with or without us. But yeah, the Western market, our comic books, we have a problem. And I know you're probably doing fine, Spike. You doing porn because there's always a sale on porn, but I do know it's probably scary right now for you because Patreon and other websites and so forth are cracking down on porn and censorship. So I feel bad because that probably is going to affect you soon and others because it's affect Tumblr, it's attack others. Damn, we really do need a place for people like that. But yeah, honestly, that's why I'm all about the free market and like fighting for this. Like, I'm like, this is monopolization and censorship, and we need to stop that when we stop letting people make profit like this. So yeah, I'm for you on that. But everything else, no, you're an idiot that way. But Anyway, I better go. I'm about to pull into work. So, yeah, once again, manga's doing fine. Western not so much. Go and subscribe to the Shonen Jump thing. It's only like $2. Come on, guys. That's like for a bajillion mangas. So now, like, if you're like an older dude that collects comic books, you're like, I don't know, what's this manga stuff? Just pay $2. Don't even pay $2. You could just like read them all there too. Just try it out. It'll be good. And on that, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.